So unless it's been delayed for whatever reason, update 22.17 with Inaros' Ramsey skin, I will admit as well, at first this was just kind of one of those meh skins, mainly because I said the kuva skin, the one for the sword, was for the big swords. No, they're heavy swords. This is a long sword skin. It fits on the Broken War scanner and long swords, not heavy swords. I got that massively wrong when it was actually released on PC. And the Sandana also kind of looks kind of impressive. I was underestimating this thing. I'm not sure if it's because it was made a little bit better or not, but this skin looks really nice. Then there is a couple 10-gen items. There's 5 in total. There's the landing craft, the frost helmet, the mirage helmet, the Zephyr skin, and I really wish I could remember what the actual name of the skin was for the Cyberus there. But I've always wanted to pick that up. Don't really matter so much about the rest of them, but that Cyberus skin, oh, that looks really nice. Then there is the Dojo Remastered, I think they called it. You can now place personal items, as the hard thing here is, personal decorations from your orbiter you can now place in the dojo, but what you need to be careful of is once these things are in here, you cannot take them back. You donate them to the clan and they are used just for the clan. But weirdly, that's not it. There are all these new decorations, excluding the bridge here, which is an existing one. All of these pipes are actually new things. The terminal here, these are decorations you can now add. That's just a post. This kind of bugs me a little because there's a door back there. And I've been after a way to block doors for a long time inside of dojos, and I've had to make do with really random things, and that is kind of a... Oh, actually that is really well placed as well, if you look at the difference from one side to the other. Looks a lot better than what I did to block a door because there's a passageway back here and I couldn't put anything else there. But the things people do with these are nuts, and the smoke effect actually looks much nicer than I first expected it to. Because that smoke effect is not meant to be there. That is a thing you can actually place now. That's actually fog because that is smoke, and that is steam coming out of the pipe, and that is fire. They actually look really nice, and the decorations themselves, pretty much everything inside of that one room I'm looking at, is part of this... What is it they've got it put as? 60 new Corpus and Grenier themed decorations. No Orokin ones, but technically, or Tenno, or whatever you want to call them, the existing ones are exactly that, because if I go into decorations and go to decorate, there is a lot, and oh, they're actually classed as Tenno decorations, the existing ones that were already here. So they could, in theory, add Orokin ones that have got more gold to them, but yeah, the possibilities for what you can do with all of these things is pretty endless, and I have seen some amazing pictures floating around of what people are making of these things, but these look so nice. And I've just noticed Corpus, Grenier, Tenno. How did I not notice? Oh, themed rooms. Yep, that should have clicked a little bit earlier. Then, of course, there is the new game mode, the Endless Kuva Survival. It only gives 200 per life support that you turn into a kuva harvester. The kuva harvester lasts a minute to turn it into it. Once a life support tower turns up, an enemy will spawn and they will appear on the map. Take them out, pick up the catalyst, take it to the life support tower, it will turn into the kuva harvester. For a minute, you have to protect it, because if it's destroyed in that 1 minute, you lose the life support, any oxygen that would have come out of it, and of course the kuva that it was generating at the time. They have said, and I was reading it somewhere, that this 200 could possibly change, but despite all of the complaining about it, it's not actually that bad. Once you get to about 20 minutes though, starting again would kind of be the best way to go, because once you get past 20 minutes, the enemies get a little bit harder. Of course, going 40 minutes is still fairly easy to do if you have a team that knows what they're doing and a decent Necros, which is why I've been running Necros. Not to say my build is any good, it's just running it without a Necros, it usually lasts 10-15 minutes, and then you run out of oxygen because you're using the towers even if you don't need them, and the space between them it's worked out so you could probably go 20 minutes easily, but with a Necros you can easily go way further than that and get way more kuva. Of course, this is affected by the double resource booster and is also affected by, I think it's the Smita's charm that can also do this, which is a really nice touch. If it didn't do that, the 200 would just be really bad. But having to run a booster or even run a kuvat, I nearly said kubro, does seem a bit far-fetched, shall we say. I think I would prefer it if it was 400 just constantly and it wasn't affected by boosters, but of course the Smita charm still worked, because then it makes it a little bit more fair for everybody. But 200 isn't really that bad, it's just how long you really want to do this and farm all that precious kuva. There is also the Neja Jinx? No, Ginger. I cannot pronounce that for... Yeah, there's that alternate helmet. Then there is the Grenier and Corpus Articula. The characters you can place, these can come in, as you can see from the Grenier one, they're basically Corpus ones, and there's 5 of them, they're all frontier based. There's 5 Corpus ones, including the Elite Crewman, the Sniper Crewman, Ranger, Nullifier, and the Corpus Power Carrier, both of which have 2 different stances, but haven't used these yet. Then there is the... I'm just going to call these Tenno-based landing craft decorations, because trying to pronounce that yeah, I will completely butcher that, just no. These, of course, can be donated to the clan for decorating the inside of the dojo as well, but just remember, as I mentioned earlier, once you do this, they will be gone. You can't then place them on your orbiter as well. There's obviously changes to the capture, the Xperia Force. A full link to this forum post will be in the description below. As finishing recording this has actually now just gone live on Xbox, and PlayStation will be very slowly, very close, not slowly, very close behind it. And literally 4 minutes ago it went live on Xbox, so we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.